here's what some people do. They try it for like a day or two, and something goes wrong, and they say, this stuff's stupid, this doesn't work. And you know what they do? They quit. What I'm saying is, if you think about how you want your day to go, how you want your month to go, how you want things to work out, it's called the law of attraction. And what it says basically is, whatever you think about, you'll become. If you're thinking negative, and you're thinking bad about others, and you're thinking about how tough you have it, that stuff's going to be multiplied in your life every day. Times 10, you said that. Right. And it is. And if you do the flip side like Ken's doing, he's going to make his year 20 times better than his month, right? Right? And it sounds funny, but here's what will happen. It's not going to work every single time for him. But I bet it works 18 out of 20 times. And I bet at the end of the day he feels a lot better than he would if he was thinking the other way. Okay? So I want you to really think about it. It's called the law of attraction. And I'll give you a quick example. In my business 5 years ago, here's how I thought. Business is hard. My employees are rotten and they steal from me. I can never find good people. My customers are a pain in my backside. I'm never going to have enough money. I work too hard. I never see my family. Gosh, this is so awful. I was going through a lawsuit that it cost me $100,000. It almost put me out of business. That went on for 9 years. All right? And when I finally, and this is in my book too, when I finally kind of got my act together and figured out a way to get my thinking changed, my whole entire business changed, and my whole entire life changed. And my brother sent me a copy of The Secret. Now, my whole life, my little brother, oh, dude, you got to read this book. This is a great book. He's like, oh, you stop bothering me about this stuff. We'd be driving in the car, I'd put a tape in. Today, it's going to be a great day. He's like, what the heck is that? I said, oh, it's this guy, you know, it's this guy, He's really good. Keep turning the crap off, or listen to some music, you know? So my brother sent it to me. So when my brother sent me this, I thought, this must be some good stuff. So I want to tell you how my business changed. All right? I started having a different attitude about my business. And I started saying, you know what? My employees are my greatest allies. They're my greatest asset. My customers are the best in the world. This business isn't that hard. This business is pretty easy. I just need to build the team a little bit better. And you know what? I'm going to purposely set my business up so it doesn't detract from my family life. I'm going to stop wearing the phone every second of every day and answering every single call. And I started thinking like that. And I can tell you, my business today, compared to where it was 5 years ago, is night and day. I can go a whole day and not get a phone call or an email from my business because I have somebody running the whole thing. And I never could have done that if I would have kept that old way of thinking. Because right now, do I have some customers that are a little bit of a pain? Yes, I do. You know what? And we joke about them, and we kind of put them in a box, and we take care of whatever their needs are. But for the most part, my customers, my biggest customers are some of my best friends. I mean, I go out and have a beer with them, I golf with them, I go fishing with them. I mean, and that didn't used to be the case. So the way you think and your thought process every day can make a huge difference. And that's the law of attraction. And the example they use, you guys saw the movie, the lady gets up, she stubs her toe and falls down first thing in the morning, and it wrecks her whole day. That used to be me, for sure. I get in traffic, all these things. So law of attraction. Be grateful and think about the law of attraction. And talk to Ken, it sounds like he has it nailed. Priscilla.
Jim, can you talk how some of your customers are? I think it was.
Oh yeah, some of my customers. So some of my customers in my aircraft cleaning business are contributors to Year Up. I don't know if General Dynamics is, but General Dynamics is one of my big customers. Tudor Investments is one of my big customers up in Connecticut. Carlisle Group is one of my customers. So, you know, these are people that we do work for, and it's part of what Priscilla and I were talking about. And it's not easy to do work for some of these people, but they're some of the best customers in the world, and my whole thinking has changed about that. So be grateful. You have the law of attraction, and there was one other point I wanted to make. And here's the other thing I want you to write down. You become what you think about every day. That's part of the law of attraction. You become what you think about every day. And something else I want you to think about when you're talking about your thoughts and attitude. Who here as a kid, you were a little kid, let's say you're 7 or 8 years old, used to play games, like you play, you know, Cowboys and Indians, or you play dress up with dolls, or Ken. What's that?
I used to play Cops and Robbers.
Cops and Robbers, okay. Anybody else used to play games? Using your imagination. I mean, I watch my kids do it. Yeah, like me.
I remember this one game where it was like the shark game or something on the playground.
Right, but you use your imagination. You wouldn't actually shock people.
No, a shark game.
Oh, shark. Okay, got it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But here's what happens as we become adults. We quit using our imagination. And what I'm going to say is, if you guys go back and look at that DVD of The Secret again, and there's odd people on there too, let's be honest. Got one mad scientist looking guy. But they all usually have some good points. But you have to use your imagination, and you have to get really creative. And at the beginning of every year, I'll write my goals down. And I'll get really creative with how I want things to turn out. And I kind of map out on paper how I want the year to go, how I want my future to look, what kind of time do I want to have off. I map it all out. And some of the stuff people would laugh at, you know. And I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but you know, I use my imagination like a little kid does. And I think of stuff that someone would look at it and go, I'll give you a great example, the book. I have buddies that I've known since high school that'd be like, you're not writing a book. You couldn't write a book if your life depended on it. I said, yeah, I'm going to write a book. They're like, yeah, okay. And now they have a copy of the book. You know? And they didn't believe it. But my imagination, but here's the thing, most people wouldn't let their imagination create that. And I did. I said, I want to write a book, I'm just going to go ahead and do it.